Hi, this is Freya from Otherworldly, and this is another video for the Fantasy Fair. This time, I'm focusing on this grand build released by Delca Idealis. There's also a furnishing set that goes with this build, but it is a separate release, and both are for the Fantasy Fair. My outfit as well is mostly from the Fantasy Fair. The dress is by Faida, and the lovely jewelry is by Mind Garden Creations. Hair & Skin is not from the Fantasy Fair, however. Anyway, the main star of this build is this Villa Rustica, a classic Roman country villa, basically, which is very large. You're not going to be resting this on a tiny little parcel. I rest one of the sky landscapes, or rather, they are land level surrounds, really, from Landscapes Unlimited, but they work well in the sky using the sky water. So I was able to use this and make a full sim-size platform in the sky, and basically rest some decorations around it and make it look nice. The villa starts with this outer area here that I'm going to take you through, which is basically the countryside part of the whole thing. You've got this garden section with flowers and herbs, and you've even got a stable portion. So this is the rustic part of the villa, one could say. As you can see over here, there are rooms as well, additional rooms. You could use it for storage and what have you. And then stairs, go upstairs. And if we do a little cam around here and come outside, you can see by this row here that there are in fact rooms all along the outside as well. So this is where you could have your servants and your slaves and what have you, lower class families that are involved in working on your villa. And then we go through these lovely gates, and we're trying not to wobble too much. And we pass through another garden section. Again, very flowery and pretty. You got these trees. Got ornamental flowers. You've got some basins of water. All very pretty. This is the more of the living area for the family, one could say. And if we go off to the side here, we have a whole banquet triclinium, basically, set up with these couches for lying down on, and the tables. All of this is done for proper Roman dining. We'll get back to that one a little bit later. We move back out here. You can see that there are doors on this side as well, so we have more rooms here. For example, here's the kitchen. And here we have another larger room as well, set up. Oh, here we have the baths as well. See, I haven't even had time to explore this whole thing. So here we have a private little bath, very beautifully done. You got the lights up in the roof there, nice and private, off from the triclinium. And then we move through here, and we have this beautiful atrium. And as you can see, if we come up here, we've got the classic opening here over the atrium, which would take in light and rainwater. I come around here as well and show you from this side. Very open and beautiful and airy. perfect for the Italian climate. And over here we have 2 more rooms. You can see these connect through into the bath from here. And over on this side, we've got a lovely wall painting or mosaic, beautiful decorations, and you come through to here to the triclinium. You've also got a lovely wall painting here. I really like the texturing on this piece. I think that they've upped their game even further. They've always done a lot of research to get these pieces very accurate, and I think this feels very authentic and also looks absolutely stunning. I'll pose myself here and look pretty for a while. Maybe not staring into a column because that's not very enticing at all. So here we go. Actually, why don't we try out the triclinium? A little banquet table here. So what I noticed about this one is that it actually, each of these has a room for 3 sitters. I think I'll stick with this one for now. And then you can pick male or female here, and you have a selection of poses. And a lot of these have been made specifically for the banqueting, so they are appropriate for it. Often when you get furnishings that are for historical furniture and so on, the poses can feel too modern and not at all like they are suited to the situation. But I've gone through some of these and I really like the way they look, and I think they've done a great job with that. If I start with the details actually for the banquet triclinium, you can have up to 9 guests, and the tables and the recliners are included. It's just PG animations, but they're really made to fit the furniture and the role play. And there are props at rest, as you can see, the cup of wine rest when I picked the drinking one. And if we then look a little bit more at the villa itself, as a villa rustica is basically a farmhouse in the countryside, a large, but also with a very fancy section for the family living there. So you have a ground floor at the entrance with the colonnades and the herb garden and the kitchen garden. You've got the stables and various utility rooms, and extra rooms on the top floor with fairly rustic ones, which are for the commoners or slaves or what have you. And then you've got the villa section, which is a nice lush garden with the bird baths, the seating area outdoors, the bathhouse. The bathhouse actually has some adult animations, so you can use those separately. I didn't try those as well because A, I'm dressed up, B, I'm alone. And you've got the atrium with the water basin, which is called an impluvium, and the roof opening over it. The private master bedroom to the side of that with access to the bathhouse. It's all very luxuriously decorated. You've got your marble floors and golden ceilings and richly decorated pillars. Let's see, the whole structure is actually 61 by 42 meters. So there's the farmhouse section is 384 prims, and the villa selection section is 284 prims. So it will take up some space for you. But it is quite an amazing build for roleplay, and I can see a lot of different photo locations for this. I feel the scale might be slightly smaller than some of the previous buildings from Delca Idealis, which for me works very well because, well, I don't have a very tall avatar, and I often find myself looking too tiny. But looking at myself on this triclinium, I think it actually looks quite good and works quite well, really. See, you can be a little seductive as well for when it's getting to be later in the evening and the dinner is about to turn into your classic Roman orgy or what have you. So this is available at the Fantasy Fair. There's also a couple of pieces out that are various drinking vessels and water jugs with animations, as smaller pieces that fit with the whole Roman theme. If if your budget and your space doesn't quite stretch to the Villa Rustica. But I hope you'll take the opportunity to check it out and the other releases from Delca Idealis.